Hey, what's going on, guys? John here, and today I wanted to do a video review for the Moolan Robot Vacuum Cleaner. In this video, what I'm going to do is actually walk you through, do a demo of the unit. We'll take a look at all the accessories, the instructions, and everything it came with, and just give you some of my overall thoughts on this vacuum. So let's first start with a demo of the vacuum, and then we'll go through everything it actually came with. I do have this plugged into a base station, although typically in the instructions they recommend the base station be put up against a wall, just due to the fact of when this actually tries to seek out this, it can bump into it. So typically that's going to be better for most scenarios anyways, but in the space I'm testing this here, I don't have it up against a wall. The charging station's pretty straightforward. You do have a cable. I've got it plugged in here. It's got a smaller brick. And then you can also plug this directly right into the vacuum itself if for some reason you wanted to charge it manually without having the base station. The base station's pretty simple. It's basically just got these two metal prongs on the back here. You can see now that I took it off, it shows that it's not currently functioning, but basically it's going to go in, currently it's in home seeking mode, so it's actually looking for the charger. It takes a second here, but when this red indicator is on here, this basically means that it's going and looking for a charge. The middle indicator is for the Wi-Fi app, and I'll show you the instructions on that in a bit. If we wanted to power this on and basically use this, all you have to do is hit the power button. This will now turn green, and this is immediately going to start cleaning and basically, seeking around the whole, room here to vacuum everything up. It's fairly minimal in terms of noise. I would say in comparison to a normal vacuum, it's definitely a lot quieter. You have two brushes here on each side that basically go through, and this is automatically going to hit objects and basically move around. So that gives you a little demo here. If we hit the home button, this will actually go into red, and then now it's going to go back and seek the charger, and it will just start automatically charging. You do have to manually take the filter out and replace that as needed, or wash it, as well as empty the dust cartridge that's included inside. Now, in terms of instructions and everything it came with, let's actually take a look at the accessories first. You have two extra brush heads, so pretty straightforward here. It actually includes these two magnetic strips, which I thought was interesting, but what this allows you to do is, let's say I had something that I really didn't want the vacuum to hit or maybe go underneath. In my case, we have like a shelf over here. Maybe I don't want the vacuum to go under that entertainment system or something like that, or somewhere that has something you're worried about. You can actually lay the magnetic strip, and this will detect it, and it will allow the vacuum to completely avoid it based on this strip. So you get two of these you can use. It has kind of a special tips before use, pretty straightforward stuff. They also give you some cable ties if you had wires or things you wanted to tie up, to make sure the vacuum doesn't run them over. You have some cleaning tool here, and then you've also got an extra filter. Beyond that, that's pretty much it for accessories. Now, you do also have a remote control that you can use to control this. So this basically is an edge cleaning mode, so this will go along the edges of your space. This will basically do a spiral clean mode, so it will just essentially spin in the same area. And then auto will automatically just go throughout the entire space. Power obviously turns it off, and then this will send it back home. And then you can do either forward, back, or like left and right, as well as pause with the main part of the remote. This takes two AAA batteries, which it does not actually come with, but fairly straightforward there. You do have an app, and this actually uses an app called Smart Life, which I've used for many other lighting accessories and things like that. They give you really good directions here on how to connect this. It uses an app called the QUITE Smart app. You register an account and then basically go and set this up with the appliance. It shows you how to power it on and sync it up. You have to use a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and essentially this is going to give you like pathing, so you can see this little diagram here of what the room might look like over time when it's cleaned that space. So this will really give the vacuum almost like a pathing of a particular space in a room, so it knows when it goes to do that vacuum clean again, it has some expectation of what to do in terms of the pattern and everything it's going to do within that space. So it's pretty clever. You have a quick operation guide here, so pretty straightforward. It's more or less just making sure to be aware of your surroundings and the objects, and you don't have scattered toys or power lines or anything like that just running around the property. You want to put the charger against a wall. Make sure you have your cleaning brushes on, which by default it is. There's a flip switch to power this on, basically on the back right, so it's just like a toggle switch. And then pretty much at that point you can charge it, and this is kind of what the auto mode will look like as it goes and zigzags around the room. Shows you how to go through the remote. And then if you take a look at the manual, it's pretty much just a more in-depth version of what they show in here. Kind of goes over some things with the app. all the controls on the remote, you know, all the things I talked about, the magnetic strip, all that stuff in great detail. And then it also has plenty of troubleshooting steps and everything else you could need to know. I would say overall, given what this vacuum offers, this is definitely something that I highly recommend. I think, you know, there's always ways to improve on some of these. There's many of them out there that are very similar, but just so far from my initial testing, going through this, given the volume of it, the fact that I've used this particular app before with other applications and lighting and things like that, as well as the easiness of the fact that this comes with a remote control that you could easily turn it on. Maybe you're like laying in bed or something and you just want to fire it up and have the vacuum going without needing to manually get up and hit the button. This is definitely something worth picking up. Anyway, thanks for checking out my video review. Hopefully you found it helpful, and I will talk to you later.